This is Victoria Cemetery in Carrickfergus, County Antrim, and we're here to visit the final resting place of Robert McAtamney. He was one of the local brothers in this area referred to as the Fighting McAtamneys. And you can see from his headstone here, he died on the 10th of October 1974, aged only 54. He was working in the local factory Courtholes at the time of his death. And he's commemorated on the headstone as a devoted husband and father. So aged 20, he saw service in the Second World War. He was serving on HMS Hardy at the First Battle of Narvik in April 1940 when she sank a German destroyer. But when the British ships were withdrawing, they were discovered by two other German destroyers which damaged Hardy so badly that she had to be run aground to stop her from sinking, although eventually the vessel capsized. Hit by shrapnel during the battle, Bobby McAtamney plunged into the icy waters, and as he swam ashore, he noticed another shipmate, Tubby Cox, floating unconscious in the water and dragged him to safety. He later teased Tubby that he only floated because of his size. With his fellow survivors then, Bobby met Winston Churchill and was recognised by a presentation in Carrickfergus. As I mentioned earlier, he was one of six brothers from the same six men from the same family who fought in the war and became known as the Fighting McAtamneys, as they represented the Army, the Navy and the Air Force, with all surviving the war, thankfully. Bobby stayed until 1960 and rose to the rank of petty officer, eventually leaving the Navy and working at Courtholes in Carrick. As I mentioned earlier, it was in Courtholes that he passed away in the factory, aged only 54. So again, in Carrickfergus Victoria Cemetery, the final resting place of one of the Fighting McAtamneys, Bobby.